Alrighty, so today I'm going to do a kind of summary of the state of my watch collection. It wasn't always a collection, but I think in recent couple years it's turned into a collection because, I've found I've had quite more than a few watches to wear, which is fun. But, the group ranges. This has been a collection since I was roughly, I'd say 13, 14 years old. And just getting involved in watches because it's a tool. Alright, so first off, we're going to start with my very first watch. This one is a Freestyle Shark Thresher. I'm sure it's discontinued, as you can see. This one's pretty old. I got it, I think, the summer before going into freshman year of high school. I think it's pretty beat up, as you can see. I used it for what it was made for. I surfed with it, but I think it tells the times of that era. I grew up reading the surfer magazines, and Shark freestyle watches would always be advertised, and I was like, that's my lifestyle, that's what I want, so there you go. I took that winter surfing. I'm sure that's what broke it. All right, next up we are going into this electric watch. This one I actually got only a few years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. It's like on super sale or something. I just thought it was cool. It looked like a cool black field watch, and I had never really seen that style before. Again, on point with the surf brands. It was pretty cool. Obviously, they're not known for high quality timepieces. This one, the battery's actually out. I haven't worn it in a bit, but I was like, man, that really looks cool, and definitely wanted that in my collection to be able to wear. As you'll see later on, I have a newer watch that kind of filled that field watch in a very similar look to that one. All right, now we're getting into the electric. I think it's the EOD1-T. This watch was awesome. This one was also a super sale watch that I found. I was wearing this one probably at the end of my freshman year of college, in 2016. Was wearing this into my sophomore year. Took a bunch of adventures and trips with this one. Super cool, good memories all around. Took this to South America, wearing it on the equator, worked landscaping with it. Actually, I guess I wore it to the end of college. I graduated and had that one on my wrist for some photos there. Really awesome Tide watch. I always wanted a Tide watch. Keep on brand with the surf theme. They're tools that you wear in the water in rigid, hostile conditions. And this one looks super cool. Actually, the strap smells, so that means it had some good times. All right, getting into the next one. We're looking at the Pebble Time Classic. I think that's what it is. Pebble Time. This one was super fun. It was actually my first smart wearable technology piece, and right on point with watches. I like watches. I like this style, kind of square style, but with the analog elements, you'll see some. I have pictures of the watch faces I used. Really cool. This Mickey Mouse one. I think that's funny. Wore this one during college. I think I wore it also my freshman year. Right from the beginning of it, and I remember I put my calendar thing in there. The Pebble was cool. If you didn't know about it, it was like an e-ink display, and as you'll see later on, I really got into the e-ink kind of idea because it saves battery. It's not an LCD screen or OLED screen. Battery life was, I think, 7 days, and I would probably get 6 days out of it. Yeah, that's an awesome one. Good memories with that one all around. All right, so we're going to get into the kind of more modern bunch that I have worn more frequently. First up, we have the second watch I ever got. It's actually a Nixon Identity. That's what it's called, in the steel and blue finish. This one, the battery's out. It will work. I did change the battery a couple times over the years of wearing it. I got this one way back in high school, probably my sophomore year. Still on brand with that surfing theme. I think I saw an ad for it in surf, and I was like, oh man, super cool. There's definitely scratches on the crystal there. It's just like mineral crystal, mineral glass. There's some smudges on the inside, but it's a beater tool piece. Wore this for some fun times back in the day, as you can see. All right, next up we're doing the GARMIN Vivo Move HR. This was the next wearable tech watch piece that I had. And actually I've worn this one in more recent events. This past summer I was wearing it, and I wore it up to a wedding. I've worn this one hiking. I went on runs with it. It's cool. It's analog. There's a little screen below. Maybe I can put a picture so you can see, but it does all the health tracking, and it really got me into the Garmin app. Okay, next up we have a G-Shock. This G-Shock is a newer acquisition. What is it, the 5600 or 5610 or whatever it is? Just the basic. It was like $50. I needed just a digital watch for some training I was doing, and I actually recently engraved it, as you can see, for some training accomplishments. Yeah, it's definitely beat up now, but it'll keep going. I love G-Shocks for what they are. They're rigid, kind of the first like true beater tool digital watch in many collections, I believe. Even high-end collectors have these. This is the MOONSWATCH, Mission to the Moon, Speedmaster Omega Swatch collaboration, bioceramic. It is super lightweight. Actually, I have the original band, but I changed the band out to a rubber Barton bands. I forget the size on it, but it's a common size, easy swap. I had that band on my other Garmin Vivo Move HR watch, and it was super comfortable in there for working out. I was like, I think it'd look good with a black strap than the Velcro branded strap that it normally comes with. And I actually wanted to wear this watch for some events because it does look really, really nice from a distance. I wore it for my best friend's wedding. I think it looks really nice in pictures, and it tells time perfectly. It's a quartz watch, and yeah, it's reliable. Even the chronograph works. And the crystal, maybe in the photos there's a little scratch or two scratches from definitely catching a button on my sleeve because I wore it for a couple different weddings. It's a bummer, but I wanted to wear it. It would be kind of silly just to preserve it because it's a little more expensive than what it's worth, in my opinion. Just wear it as a watch. No worries. That's why we have watches. They're tools. All right, getting into a cool tried and true piece. This is my SEIKO 5. I think it's an SNK EO1K, EO1K1 or something like that. It's cool. It was my first automatic watch. I got this one pretty early in my collection. I think it was the third watch I ever had. Yeah, so the first was the Freestyle, second was the Nixon, and the third was this SEIKO 5. And I saw it. I think I saw it on Amazon. I was like, oh my gosh, it's really cool. And then I watched a YouTube video on SEIKOs and kind of the history. And then I saw the sweeping seconds hand with the automatic movement. And I was like, oh, I gotta have that. Stainless steel, looks like a field watch, but a little dressier. It's got the minutes around the bezel. I really like that because it was easy for me to tell the time. Day-date complication. Looks really good. It's a really small watch, but I've worn this one for so much over the years. Prom, hiking, traveling, weddings, work jobs. I've worn it so much, it definitely needs a service. Okay, next up we have my Garmin Instinct Solar. This watch is by far my most worn watch. I think I have worn this the most out of any of them because, I still sleep in this one at times because it tracks everything, sleep, heart rate, all that fitness stuff. I work out with this one, wore this one to school, wore it diving, surfing, climbing mountains. This thing's incredible. It's got GPS, barometric pressure, all that, thermal shock, water resistant. Battery lasts what I think the most I've had was 34 days using it as a smartwatch. I mean, you could use it as a regular digital watch, like the G-Shock in regular day-date mode, and it would last forever because it's solar. It's incredible. Wear it all the time. Super comfortable. It's really lightweight. It is pretty big, but it doesn't feel as big when you're wearing it. It's truly incredible. Use it for alarms, waking up in the morning sometimes when I'm traveling, showering it a whole bunch. It just does everything. I know they have the Instinct 2 and the Instinct Plus, or whatever the big one with the flashlight. I think that's super cool. It's a little bigger. I don't think I'd like that. No need to upgrade. Pop it on, pop it off. You can always snooze the notifications, but it's an awesome piece to have, especially for the work that I do. All right, and then the last piece in the collection to round it all off is going to be my Hamilton Khaki King PVD Black. It's incredible. This is a new piece as of end of 2023 going into 2024. It was a Christmas gift. Quite secondhand. It was gifted to me from my girlfriend, and it's just got that beautiful day-date window up top. It's a true field watch, mechanical field watch. I think it's super easy to read. It's got the 24-hour military time. I can wear it every day. It's black. Looks good. It's got that beautiful sweeping seconds hand that we love in automatic watches. I just love how the second hand goes to all the way to the edge on this. Yeah, super happy to be wearing this one. I've been wearing that a lot recently, and we'll plan on wearing it for, forever. It's a great piece in the collection, a true field watch Hamilton. I actually grew up not far from Lancaster, where the company started. My grandparents are from there, so very familiar with the brand. Really neat story, especially with World War II, and now I can wear it, doing what I'm doing, and it's a great piece to have. So it's been great, kind of reviewing the watches, and hope to keep collecting, and hope not to waste much more money in the future.